Alright, guys, we are going to pick up right where we left off. Lori tells Rick that she's pregnant. Rick asks her for how long. She says, I don't know. And Rick does the first guy thing. Are you sure? And Lori says, Yeah, I know what it feels like. No doubt I'm pregnant. And Rick says, What are we going to do? Lori says, I don't know. I'm asking you. Go on to the next page here. Lori approaches everybody else, tells her that they're pregnant, that she's pregnant, that she just wanted to tell Rick first. Everybody just looks in stunned belief. Uh, wow, I just don't know what to say. Um, Rick's kind of happy about it, but the other ones are being kind of realist about it. Like a baby in this situation, really? Uh, it starts to snow on them, and they ask about the water supply. Dale asked about the water supply, and uh, with Dale says just about all the bottles are filled. He asks Rick if he's basically sure the baby's his because of Shane and everything like that. Rick says he doesn't want to hear anything about it. Um, they only had sex once since he got back. But, one time's all it takes. Dale apologizes to Rick that he even brought it up. He says everything will work out. Come on, let's get some sleep. And they are on the road again the next day. They come by a place that would have been perfect, except it's burned down or burned out. And they just keep going, nothing for them here. They're exploring a little bit. They're siphoning gas for the RV out of the stranded cars. Dale lets out a scream. There's a walker right there. Ba-doop. Not moving though. They want to see if they wonder if he's dead. Glenn puts his face right over it, and the zombie moans. So it looks like the walkers can freeze, but not die when they freeze. They don't suffer from like hypothermia and stuff like that. Meanwhile, back in the RV, Lori, Lori, and I think it's Andrea. Um, they're talking about how the food is supply is going out. Lori wants some pears, and they don't have pears. They have peaches. Lori doesn't like peaches. Whatever. Uh, Lori is expressing her concern about the pregnancy, about not being able to get checked out by a doctor. Or hey, even better, she could be having kids. Having kids. We know she's having a kid. She could be having twins and not even know it. Andrea reminds her, morphine, you're going to have access to morphine. And Lori says, well, shit, I hadn't thought about that. So Rick tells Dale, stop, pull over right there. Dale's like, I see it. And here they come up to this nice gated community. Now, this was not in the TV show, and I was kind of surprised that it really wasn't in the TV show because it's pretty good. Um, Rick says we're at least 20 miles from the city. They should be safe. Good thing for the weather, they might have missed it because they were driving too fast. Lori says, hey, this place is perfect. Rick says, let's take a look, but don't spread out too far, which is a good tactical decision. They just don't know how abandoned this place is. It's going to be dark soon. The boys are going to stay with Carol. Oh, it's Carol. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to take kids back into the RV until you guys give the all clear so everybody's secure. Probably not a bad idea to keep your guns out. And they're searching some of the houses. This house is empty as far as I can tell. They're looking at a few of the houses up in the front of the community there for shelter, right? So they have a meeting. They're going to clear the house. Uh, Rick and Tyrese. are going to clear the house. You don't want too many people milling about the house because you don't want somebody to get hurt or shot thinking it's a zombie or somebody else or something like that. So Rick opens up the basement door, and what do you know? 2 zombies are ready and waiting. Rick's like, crap, 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 crap. He wasn't ready for it. He takes out his hatchet, hits one in the neck, but it's not, I don't think that's a kill. It may have been a kill. So he calls for Dale Glenn. Dale wants to shoot that thing in the head. Tyrese comes down the stairs and does some type of like shoulder tackle to knock it off. And then, oh, that one zombie wasn't dead that he chopped in the neck, but he is now. Rick and Tyrese take care of the 2 walkers in hand-to-hand combat. And there's another one in the basement that they dispatch fairly quickly and easily. They are dragging the corpses out. And they're throwing them in the yard. Rick starts to talk to Tyrese and says, hey, where'd you learn to tackle like that? Tyrese says he was in the NFL for a couple years, but he ended up getting hurt because he tried too hard. Rick's like, well, I beat small town cop. And they're just dragging more and more the 3 walkers out in the yard, and they're gonna burn them. They're gonna burn them tomorrow, or when they get enough for a pile, so they don't want to waste matches. Somebody discovers that the house that they're currently in is fully stocked with canned goods. Rick theorizes that it must have happened early on when people were just stealing like TVs, VCRs, computers, and stuff like that. They weren't worried about food. Again, they have a meeting. Rick says it's getting late. They're gonna go into rooms, partner up in rooms and that type of thing. Glenn says he'll take the bathroom. He slept in bathtubs before. Carol says Sophia and her could share a room with Tyrese, Julie, and Chris. Rick and Lori are talking about how it's nice to sleep in an actual bed for once instead of crammed in the RV with everybody. Donna comes around with extra blankets for people. Hey, we found some extra blankets. Maybe you want one. She and then Carol found some extra blankets. Is that Carol or Donna? No, that must be Donna. Okay. And she gives Tyrese some extra blankets and stuff like that. And then she just talks to Tyrese for a little bit. She goes into Dale and Andrea's room, and bada zing, that didn't happen in the TV show. She just closes the door quietly. And she says, yeah, we have even more blankets now because Andrea and Dale didn't have the need for a blanket. So they talk a little bit and stuff like that. And the guy says, hey, it's warming up a little outside. The snow's melting off, right? So you see just a shot of the subdivision, the gates of the subdivision, this sign outside the subdivision, and it's revealed that it says all dead, do not enter. It's going to be a really cool issue number 9 coming up. All right, guys? Thanks for joining me on this. It's been great making these videos. I love doing these videos. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more content, and thank you for viewing.